Hello everyone, salut à tout le monde. Welcome to another video on Cameroon as we unpack or unravel what is going on in my beautiful country. And before we go into anything, I just want to take this moment to appreciate you for liking our videos, subscribing to our channel, and sharing the videos with your loved ones, family, and friends. We cannot do it without you. So everything you do is very much appreciated. Thank you for everything you do. So today we have a lot of updates in Cameroon, and we're going to be giving you a lot of updates. The first updates will be great until the last. So please stay tuned to the end of this video to enjoy all the updates. We're going to be talking about the update from our president, Issa Tchiroma Bakary, and we're going to be giving you updates from the president of Kenya, how he boldly disrespected the Cameroonian people. And we're going to give you updates on the case that we talked about yesterday, how that case is progressing, and many other updates, including the update from the so-called president of the Senate, Marcel Nyanjifenji. There are a lot of jam updates. You don't want to miss this episode. So stay tuned to the end to enjoy this amazing video. Thank you. Let's go to the first update of the day. So today we're going to be starting with Marcel Nyanjifenji. And I'm going to be putting the updates in a second of the board. So here's it. So January 1st, 1973, Marcel Nyanjifenji was appointed general manager of Sonel by Ahijo when he was just 39 years old. Remember, 39 years old. Mark that, 39 years old. Today, he is 91 years old and still president of the Senate. There was a time in Cameroon when power was only handed over to the youth. Today is the reverse. And you see, he was handed over he was appointed as the general manager of Sonel by Ahijo when he was just 39 years old. And today, look at how it is. Let me put this picture on the board. This is our president of the Senate. Warm greetings from our president of the Senate. Look at how they're supporting him. He's 91 years old and he's still the president of the Senate. This is how this regime have decided to, suppress and oppress us. Even when we're fighting against oppression, they keep pushing the button. But we say no. He was a young man when he became the general manager of Sonel. A young man, 39 years old. At that time, young leaders, even Paul Biya was young at the time when he was entrusted with the prime minister position. But now, look at how he is, ancient of days, and he don't want to leave too. So we say no to this tyrant. We say no to these dictators. We say no to this oppression and suppression. And they should do what the people of Cameroon, demanded them to do on October 12th. That is handing over to the elected president, which is Issa Tchiroma Bakary. So the next update of the day is going to be about the Futures case that I brought to your attention yesterday. And let me put a picture of, this is a picture of Future on the right-hand side, and then Esimo is on the left-hand side. So yesterday I brought this case to your attention, telling you how Esimo, sent police guys or convocation from Douala to arrest Future, and he was taken to prison in Boya. But yesterday he was transferred to Douala. So right now they're in Douala. But before I started recording this video, I had to make a call to find out what is going on, the progress of the case. So I spoke with the PA of Future, and she told me that everything's progressing positively. So hopefully everything should be resolved by the end of today or latest tomorrow. Hopefully that is being positive, So everything is progressing positively, and that's a good thing because we don't want oppression and suppression. We cannot be fighting the regime who suppresses the people, oppress the people, And then you're going to use, because you have military connection, you use the military or the police or the gendarmes against your own brother just because you want to show that you have power in the country. That is unacceptable. If someone does something to you that is not right, take the person to court. Let the person have their day in court. We know how the country is messed up and left, right, center, but let him have his day or her day in court. Don't use people to suppress and you claim that, oh no, you're fighting for change. No. If that's the kind of change we want, then there's no point fighting. That's what I said yesterday. We have to fight for change that will empower everybody and build a nation where everyone is vigilant and, has integrity, because integrity have to be our foundational principle that drives us together. Because if you have no integrity and you get power, power is just going to reveal all the bad things that you embody. Because a lot of times people say power corrupts. Power does not corrupt. Power reveals your character. If you're a corrupt person, power is going to make you display it at a high level, at a large scale. So we have to be mindful of that. So Esimo, I'm glad that you guys are having a conversation now, trying to sort out the problem. That is good. You see, I do not go into the details. Why? Because I want you guys to have the right to handle your matter. If you want to take it to court, take him to court. Let him have his day in court and defend himself. You bring all the evidence, he brings all the evidence. And when there's a verdict, good and fine. But if he goes to court, we are going to monitor it very, very closely. Because I know this regime, especially people who have connection, they'll come, these CPDM judges, they'll come and try to play politics, CPDM politics. So if he's going to court, we're going to pay very, very, very close attention to everything that's going to happen. But I just wanted to give you guys the update that he is fine and everything is progressing well. If everything goes according to plan, he should be released today. Maybe before I even upload this video, it might be released, or latest tomorrow. So that's the update from Future Skills. So let's go to the next update. The next update really pains me a lot, and I'm so mad. And I'm going to be putting the update on the board on my screen right now. And this is the letter, the congratulatory letter from Kenya, the president of Kenya, William Ruto. And before I go into this thing, when William Ruto became the president of Kenya, I did not even know who William Ruto was at the time. And I watched a lot of his interviews. He was talking about how Africa's progress have been, stolen by some few leaders who don't want to leave power, all that stuff. And he was saying some good things, some right things, talking how Africa got to come together because our collective strength is very important. Like, we don't have to only be thinking only about our country, but we have to think about our collective force. He was saying the right things. And I'm like, oh, wow. Finally, we're having a different breed of leadership in Africa. And again, he was, he didn't come out from the affluent family or the ruling class in Kenya. He started from the bottom up, going up. So I'm like, oh yeah, this guy, he made a lot of sense. And everything he was saying was spot on. And I'm like, yeah, this guy. And then I spoke to one Kenyan. I'm like, your president, Ruto, man, is very, very enthusiastic about the change that Africa needs. And he keeps saying and giving us the blueprint on how, to progress positively towards attaining that change that Africa deserves. And he was like, this guy is a mess. He keeps hiking up taxes every day. Blah. And then I'm like, I don't want to believe what this guy is saying. So I went and checked. I see protest after protest after protest after. I'm like, so this guy keeps saying that, all these good things about Africa, and then we Africans from other countries are believing, and like, oh yeah, this is a different breed. William Ruto, he understands what Africa is going through, and he understands what Africans have been suffering from all this while, and he's trying to, give us a game plan on how to achieve success collectively. Not knowing that this guy was just saying all those sweet things, to bring people closer, for him to do what he knows how to do. And that is nonsense. So he sent this congratulatory letter to Paul Biya. But problem is not the congratulatory letter. I don't have any problem because there have been so many other presidents or head of states that have sent the congratulatory letters, and I've not said anything about it. The reason why I'm talking about this one is because there's a part here that I'm going to read out. I'm not going to waste my time to read all these things. All these things that he wrote is garbage for me. There's just one particular part that annoys me the most that I'm going to read it to you. So let me get it. And it says, this is just a part that I want to let you know. Your re-election is a reflection of the enduring trust and confidence that the people of Cameroon continue to place in your socio-economic progress, values that have guided your stewardship and earn you the continued mandate of the Cameroonian people. Your election is a reflection of the enduring trust and confidence. Which enduring trust and confidence? Mr. William Ruto, who told you that the Cameroonian people voted for Paul Biya as a president? Did you do a proper background check on what is happening in Cameroon right now? And who told you to include the Cameroonian people? Did we tell you that we trusted Paul Biya or we trust Paul Biya at this moment in time? A lot of these African head of states are the problem in Africa. When something happens, instead of you finding out what is happening and try to go and work with the people and find out how they feel, what they do, and understand with the people, you don't want to understand or you try to find out what is happening. You side with the regime. And after the next conference, you're going to be the same person to talk about how Africa have been stagnant because of leadership. Still yet, you're siding with a regime that has been in power for 43 years. 43 years in power. And they told you that the Cameroonian people want only one person to rule the nation for 43 years. Who told you that? And you even have the audacity to say we trust him. We continue to trust him. Enduring trust. Do you know how we're suffering? Do you know how the country has been stagnant? Do you know how backward this regime has made our country go? You don't know the pain that Cameroonians face on a daily basis. If you would have said, oh, you just congratulated him for his decision without mentioning us, that would have been, okay, I'm not even going to address you because I'm going to be like, yeah, that's another person who does not even know what the hell is doing. Because there are a lot of people who have done that. But to say that the enduring trust of the Cameroonian people, that is far. You have gone too far. We don't want that. And it's unacceptable. It's high time we withdraw that statement because we, the Cameroonian people, did not vote for Paul Biya as our president. We voted for Issa Tchiroma Bakary. And that is our president. So if you want to send a letter, send it to Issa Tchiroma. Then we can, have a good discussion. But at this point in time, I'm not happy with the Kenyan President William Ruto. This is bold nonsense. What I wanted to say was not really appropriate, so I had to change it to nonsense, but it is not great. Mr. William Ruto and the Kenyan people, I love Kenya. I love the Kenyan people. Very intelligent, smart people. I love them. But your president is proven to be incompetent. Very, very incompetent. Someone who claimed to champion democracy is now siding with dictatorship. What kind of a continent are we becoming? What kind of a people are we becoming in Africa? We need to champion democracy and the will of the people. The people of Cameroon have been talking and voicing out their concern via various channels and media outlets that they did not vote for the current regime. And you see the outcry in the country. Still yet, You come out boldly to state the enduring trust in the regime, the same regime that oppresses and suppresses the people on a daily basis. This is unacceptable. Mr. Ruto, withdraw that statement. Thank you. And I'm going to move to the next report because William Ruto is a big disappointment to the entire African continent. Very big disappointment. And I'm very, very disappointed in William Ruto. So the next report is going to be about a market and how the lights, anyways, about taxes rather. So let's put it up on screen. Ngambe Tika, tension over 104,000 flat tax. In Ngambe Tika, commercial activity has been nearly paralyzed since November 20th after the head of Ntui tax agency sealed all shops. He is requiring each trader to pay a flat tax of 104,000 francs CFA. However, even taxpayers who have already paid this amount have not seen their businesses reopen. When they presented their receipt, the tax authorities now demand a completion of their declaration on additional procedures that is causing confusion and anger. Faced with rising social unrest, the Cameroon Association of Defense of Taxpayers' Rights contacted the Director General of Taxes on November 24th. The organization is requesting the immediate suspension of these measures, which it considers arbitrary, and warning warning of the risks of escalation in the locality. This is crazy. So people, you impose 104,000, tax, and people pay the 104 taxes, but you don't reopen their businesses. Why? You go seal shops and people bring their receipt. Oh, they have paid that amount. Every time this regime is going to find other things or other measures to suppress and oppress people. And then now you're coming with the different procedures. What kind of procedures do people need at this point in time? Open those shops. Open those shops. The regime is so incompetent. All the leaders under the regime, incompetent. Everybody is just thinking about themselves. And even this 104,000 francs that they're collecting, where is it going to? Because at the end of the day, if you go to those places, you're going to realize that there is no development going on there. Normally, you collect taxes to, develop the nation or develop the locality. But then the locality is going to be stagnant. The country is stagnant. Nothing is moving according to plan. Still yet, maybe next month, you're going to come up with another tax and say, they have to pay maybe 200,000 tax. And they're going to pay 200,000, but they don't have good roads. They don't have good internet connectivity. They don't have electricity. What kind of a country are we becoming? That's why we voted for Issa Tchiroma Bakary, because we want all these things to change. All these things to change. We have been stagnant and we have not been progressing for a long period of time. So they should do what is right and reopen everybody's shops. It is unacceptable, and we reject that. We reject that very, very greatly. That should not be happening. So reopen those shops. And now we're going to the main event of the day, and that is from our president, Issa Tchiroma Bakary, via our spokesperson. But I'm going to read you the report here. Issa Tchiroma has once again launched another 3 days national ghost town, which will run from the 30th of November to the 2nd of December, which falls on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. According to Tchiroma, it's a way to keep resisting the current regime, which he believes stole his victory. In a voice note released earlier, he has urged Cameroonians to stay indoors, close businesses, and other activities for 3 days as a diplomatic way of reclaiming his victory. Yeah, so what this report did not say is on Sunday, Issa Tchiroma said you are free to go to your churches, or you can go to meet. If you have a meeting on Sunday, you go for your meeting and you can go to church. But no commercial activity. No commercial activity. You can go to church. You can go for your meeting or your njangi, no problem. But no commercial activity. That is it. That is the reports that we're getting. And I'm just trying to, let you guys know. And this brings the question. This begs the question, will this be respected? Yes, it will be respected. But I'm urging every part of Cameroon to respect this ghost style. Why? Because this is a way, like the report said, to resist the oppression of the government. Every process we take now, and every time Issa Tchiroma Bakary comes out to say something, whether he's saying it by himself or saying it by his spokesperson, it is a way to let everybody know, the Cameroonian people know, that he is the one in charge of the nation at this point in time. Paul Biya is just there for pictures, and he's not in control of the day-to-day, activities of the nation. So I urge my brothers and sisters in Cameroon, please respect this ghost style. Let's make this regime understand that our president, Issa Tchiroma Bakary, is in charge of the nation, and there is nothing he can do about it at this point in time. But if we decide that we don't want to respect it, it's going to send a different message. And now it's going to give room for the regime to continue their mandate of oppressing and suppressing the people. It's going to give them more leverage. So we have to give people like Ernest Obama, Raoul Christophe, and Bruno Bijan nothing to talk about, because they're always excited when the ghost town is not respected in some places, and they're going to talk only about that place or those places where the ghost town was not respected, and the other places where everything was respected to the teeth. They're not going to talk about those places. So we don't have to give Bruno Bijan, Ernest Obama, and Raoul Christophe any positive news to report during this our 3 days ghost town, and we have to respect it massively. And please, to my brothers and sisters in the Northwest and Southwest, I know Monday is a universal day of ghost town. We have been doing that for a long time. But when we say let's respect this Tuesday and Wednesday, some people are going to come out and say, oh no, we cannot do that. We've been suffering for about 9 to going to 10 years now, and the people in French Cameroon, they were not doing anything about it, and we are not part of La République du Cameroon. In order for us to get to the place where we want to get to, we have to get past the first stage, and the first change is the regime change. If we want to have a dialogue on what the next step of our future will look like, then we have to get past the first stage. And what is the first stage? The first stage is getting the regime out of office. That is a very important stage that each and every one of us cannot disregard. We must get the regime out of office. And then after we get the regime out of office, then we can have a dialogue with the president of the republic, that's Issa Tchiroma Bakary, and talk about our grievances and have a conversation on what will be the next step of action and what we as a people are deciding to do and what we want for our future. Then there's going to be a collective discussion, and we'll see what steps we can take and what action is needed or required towards attaining that goal. But for us to just sit down and blatantly say, oh no, we're not part of La République, you know how difficult it will be for change to happen if we don't get Paul Biya out of office. That's the truth. So we have to ensure and make sure that Paul Biya is out. So there have to be a collective resistance to ensure that that happens. Because what Paul Biya is trying to use now to brag is that the Northwest and Southwest does not respect Issa Tchiroma Bakary, which makes the whole thing, favors Paul Biya. And we don't want Paul Biya to have any victory at this point in time, regardless of whether you support Issa Tchiroma Bakary or not. we don't want Paul Biya to be happy. Because if we don't respect these 2 days goes down, we're instead siding with the regime and making him happy. He's like, oh no, these people, and then he'll even go further to say, I told you guys, these people voted for me massively on the 12th of October. He said, you see, I won in Norway and Southwest by 80%. So we don't want to give him, that ground to keep talking about this nonsense that, oh, we voted for him massively on October 12th. We did not vote for him. And you know it, I know it, he knows it. The people of Norwest and Southwest did not vote for him. The machine that, inflated those votes was led by Atanganji Paul and the Elekam officials. They knew what they were doing and they inflated the results just to favor Paul Biya. We say no and we continue to say no to this regime. So please, I urge my brothers and sisters, wherever you are in the nation of Cameroon, the days are Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Remember, on Sundays, you can go to church, you can go for your meeting, you can go to your Njangi group, association, or wherever you want to go to. But please, no commercial activity in the nation. Monday, Sunday, and Tuesday. Please, my people, I beg and urge each and every one of you, let's respect this. You see, we have a lot of time to prepare. So today is Tuesday. We have till Saturday, to get our things prepped and ready. For my people in the Northwest and Southwest, they already know how this thing, goes. They sometimes they have like a month goes down, so they understand the complexities of goes down. The people in the other side of Cameroon, please, the French part of Cameroon, please, now is the time when we have to unite together as one voice, one people. See how we can get this regime out of office, because we did not vote for them, and we have to continually resist their oppression. We don't have to give them no victory. We don't have to give them no reason to be happy, no reason to celebrate that the people are divided, because our division gives them strength. Our division gives them right to oppress us, and we don't want that. That is unacceptable. So I urge my brothers in every part of Cameroon, the North, the South, the West, and East, let us follow our president, our elected, president, Issa Tchiroma Bakary, and respect every, decision that he's going to make from this point in time. So the 3 days goes down should be respected. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Au revoir. Merci à tout le monde. Bye bye.